Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. As you come into this stream, make sure you mash that thumbs up button. Information is power, and we got a lot of valuable information here. What's good? The real Derek Jackson was good, fam. I see y'all rolling into the chat pretty quick. That's what's up. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to the Common Sense Show. Welcome to the Logic Show. In today's edition, we're going to really get into some real semantics to what's happening, because there's a lot of charades and smoke and mirrors popping off right now. And you got people debating right now whether or not people are protesting because they're genuinely tired of all the injustice, or is it a media psyop? Let me just put it out here. I believe it's both. I believe it's both. All right? I believe that this was a media psyop, and I believe that there are people out here who are genuinely tired of the garbage, tired of the nonsense. But that does not stop the overall picture, and they fit directly into the overall agenda as well. Those people who may have their hearts in the right place fit in to the overall agenda. All right? And if you question what people are doing, and if you question people's weak talking points for what they are doing and why they are doing it, then you're deemed as enemy of the people. Now, I'm going to give you the truth, all right? Regardless of how people feel about it. And when it comes to people out there protesting, and when it comes to people who are social media personalities who are criticizing what's happening and are not out there, and you find a need to protect people who are looting, you find a need to defend those on social media who are looting, who are destroying. If you find the need to defend those people on social media, then you're a hypocrite. Because you need to be your ass out there burning something down. You need to be your ass out there kicking down a trash can and throwing rocks at police. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, what I want to say in this video is what's really taking place. Now, let's talk about some of the weak talking points that you're hearing right now. Because if you go against all these people coming together in unison and singing UNITY, you are looked at as the enemy, because you can't be for the people if you don't like what you see, if you're not easily stimulated, if you're not easily invigorated by seeing all the people come together. Let me say this. I'll be stimulated when my people come together. When my people turn to their God, when my people have their own land, when my people are free, then I'll be invigorated. Now, there's some weak talking points. I've heard people say, and this is among the community and on social media, I have heard people say, well, Ku Klux Klan, KKK, white supremacists, they've been burning stuff down for a long time. You know, they've been burning churches. They've been burning crosses. Listen, that's a very weak talking point, and I'm going to tell you why. They were burning your churches. They were burning crosses in front of your house. On top of that, for those who don't know, for those that don't know, what's going on right now is a big insurance fraud claim. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're witnessing insurance fraud. Yeah. because the economy is collapsing, ladies and gentlemen. And all of those businesses did not have good business for 2 to 3 months because of lockdown. And they know that the economy is crashing. So guess what? They're trying to get the insurance money. Those owners are burning their own businesses down. But y'all not listening. Nah, y'all don't know what's going on, right? What they're doing right now is purposely making America a third world country. It's being done purposely, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's happening. That's the fact of the matter. Now I'm gonna tell you like this, as somebody who think business minded, I can see that my country is being imploded, and I can see that the economy is rapidly collapsing. I have not had good business for 2 to 3 months, and my business is not gonna make it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna burn it down, right? That's what they do. So for all those who believe that the citizens are destroying property, they're burning this city down. The owners are burning their own places down. Now, if you know the economy is crashing, if you know things will never be the same, right? Then why not go ahead and get your $300, $400, $500,000 insurance claim? Yeah. So what you see happening is not an act of civil unrest. In some places you see civil unrest, which they got that covered as well. But what you see is a huge insurance fraud. Yeah, that's what's happening. But I know when you see these things on TV, you get easily just vigorated. You think that we taking over. This is the hostile takeover we've been waiting for. Well, let me ask you this. How many people done broke into banks yet? I'll wait. How many cops have lost their lives as casualties? What government has been overthrown yet? How many food trucks have been taken over? Good question, right? What you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is controlled chaos. Controlled chaos. You got Antifa out in the streets paying teenagers to riot. And it's all on camera. You got Antifa paying teenagers money to stand on stuff and vandalize and destroy. All part of the plan. So when you look at these weak talking points and these weak-minded people who get so hype off of seeing certain things, believing that this is not an end game to it, it amazes me. It amazes me. It does. It really does. Now, what you have happening right now, some people out there, hold on, y'all hear those horns back, hold on. What you have is, you have some people who are out there because they are legit tired of the chaos and the calamity. I give you that one. It's the truth. But they don't know what they're playing into. They don't know what they're adding to. They don't have a plan and a contingency plan. And shout out to J.R. Smith, man. Shout out to J.R. Smith. I always use J.R. Smith as my sixth man on 2K. Either him or Andre Iguodala. Never fails. I always make a good sixth man. Because what you seen yesterday is one of these quote-unquote protesters, and I put that in quotes, vandalizing J.R. Smith's car, and he got clotheslined and jolly stomped for it. And what did I say yesterday? I said, if they don't put a lid on this, they're coming to your houses. See, if the powers that be can turn on a switch just like that to make people do what they want to do, then they could turn on a switch and make them go against you too, the general public, the residents, where then the National Guard is needed in the residential areas because you're going to have an inordinate amount of car break-ins, houses being vandalized, so on and so forth. Yeah. So shout out J.R. Smith. He needed to do that. He needed to make an example out of anybody who so-called is out here protesting and want to run down somebody's neighborhood and break in somebody's property. And I told y'all, if they don't put a lid on this, it's coming to a neighborhood near you. If they could just flip the switch and turn people out like that and have them acting the way they acting, they could send those people to your residence. And this is why I've been speaking about keeping the Second Amendment. I work within the firearm industry. I've always spoke about keeping your Second Amendment throughout all of this, throughout the COVID-19, coronavirus, through the whole thing. I spoke about keeping your Second Amendment, not to protect you from, to protect you from outside forces or domestic forces. And that's just what it is. And for everybody who just don't speak bad against the protesters, they out there trying to do what's right. Listen, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you seen that the protests went left field. Anybody who decided to go out in any other major city knew what they were getting into. They knew what they were getting into. They knew that they was going to get into some mischief, a riot. Yeah, they went out with mischief on their mind. And listen, if you're not one of those people who out there looting and stealing, breaking the commandments, Exodus 20 says, Exodus chapter 20, one of the commandments, thou shalt not steal. If you get caught stealing and you get a bullet to your head, that's on you. You died in sin. You died in vain, plain and simple. You're not a civil rights activist. And if you're not one of these people, don't get offended. You know, if you're not one of these people, don't get offended. But I see some people on social media trying to defend what's happening. You know, that's the people. They're tired. They're doing this and doing that. You know, it is what it is. If you continue to defend those people, then my question is this. Why you ain't out there? I want to see you throwing some damn bottles. I want to see you raising hell out there. And that's just how I look at it. For those who continually defend the protesters, claiming that they for the people. If you for the people, you would see what's around the corner. You would see what this is causing. I'm telling you right now, these people don't understand what's around the corner based on the actions of other people. There are ways to do things. Let me tell y'all something. What will hurt the enemy more than anything, y'all listen carefully to what I'm about to say, is stop spending your money with them. Stop spending your money with them. That's what kills them. That's what kills them. The way you spend your dollar. Your dollar is the power. Yes. Now you stop funding the police because your tax dollars go to the police. You stop funding them. Then you're going to see where they hurt. When you stop funding other nations for your demise, then you're going to see them hurting. Yeah. This is how you beat your enemy, through their pockets. That's how you beat your enemy. What they doing right now is setting the stage for martial law. That's all it is. And that's all they're doing. They're turning America to a third world country on purpose. They are imploding this country on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. It's being done on purpose. And guess what? This was all planned. This was all planned. The power has went back to the UN. Yep. The power has went back to the UN. America no longer has power. So pretty soon, you're going to be seeing those white UN trucks float through. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. When you start seeing those white Jeeps with UN on it, you're going to see who really, what they did was incrementally imploded America, broke it down, and then you're going to see the UN tanks rolling in. They did this by design. They already had a plan in motion for this country. Why else do you think this country owed trillions of dollars to other countries? Why else do you think it was an economic system set up that was non-sustainable? Why else do you think they was giving you rations or stimulus checks? Why else do you think they shut down every major corporation? And guess what? The people who looted Target, they used that. They just shut down 200 Targets. What's inside Target? Supplies that you need in Target. They just shut down 200 Targets. Can you see the bigger picture? Can you see what's around you? You know what's next? Walmart. And you know what they're going to turn Walmart to? A concentration or a FEMA camp. Yep. And I know this just sounds horrible, right? This sounds horrible. It sounds like something out of a movie. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the truth. It's the truth. They planned the civil unrest. When they labeled this country in a state of emergency during COVID-19, what that initially did was it gave them all power. It took away your Constitution. People keep screaming about the Constitution. You don't have no constitutional rights. I mean, how foolish and idiotic some of these so-called leaders are is just amazing to me. Leaning on the Constitution. You don't have no Constitution no more. Throw the Constitution away. Throw it away. There's no more Constitution. Soon as it was labeled a state of an emergency, there was no Constitution. Straight up. And that's just the truth of the matter. And I know it's a tough pill to swallow. Soon as they signed the Patriot Act, no more Constitution. It took your constitutional rights. Straight up like that. So now you need to be thinking of how to survive this. And see, the funny part is the same people who are so pro-people and for the people ain't out there with the people. They ain't out there with the people, marching, beating cops' asses up, burning down stuff. Like, get out of here. This is by design. This is all by design. And see, I can criticize what's going on with the protesters because I'm not out there. I'm smart enough not to know to be out there. See, the Most High gave us a certain position in life, and we're supposed to carry ourselves a certain way. We're supposed to carry ourselves as God's chosen people. You're supposed to carry yourself like royalty. What does royal kings and queens look like being out there trying to fight for equality? We royalty. Let the peasants deal with that. Let the one-dimensional thinkers who are easily triggered and controlled deal with that. I'm going to be protecting mine. You understand? And that's just where I'm at with it. Straight up. You got all of these buildings burning down. Big businesses and small businesses burning down on purpose. It's an insurance claim. Then you're going to have some people, I'm going to tell you how it's going to go. You're going to have people on the news. And they're going to be talking about how bad their business burnt down. And y'all seen it. You know, I was devastated. Those people are going to get paid. A lot of those people are foreigners. They're going to use that money and they're going to take their asses home where they're originally from. Because they got the word that, listen, America's done. It's over. It's over. End game. It's over. That's what's going to happen. They're going to get 300, 400,000 insurance claims. And they're going to get paid and they're going to leave. All while this country turns into a third world country. And that's when it's going to get real. When this turns into a third world country, then it's going to get real. And then eventually when those protesters, so-called protesters, are going to your residence, then you're going to wish that this was stopped. Then you're going to wish that we had a plan in motion. Then you're going to wish there was a real plan in motion. Not this nonsense that's going on out here now. This controlled chaos. You got bricks being strategically placed outside of courthouses with no construction sites in mind. You got Antifa paying people to riot. You got all these facet groups. You got all these white supremacist groups. You got all these different individuals out there who are real live purge people out there. And you believe that that's ordained by the Most High. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. It was already written. Prophecy is very clear. Prophecy is very clear, ladies and gentlemen. Very clear. Butterfly Girl says, I'm glad the cops are stopping the rioters, but don't want martial law. Absolutely. I mean, and let me put it out here like this. I would not be against what's taking place if it was done organized. You got people going to the police officer's house, ain't bust a grape. You got all these social media personalities involved. You got all these rappers and entertainers involved. It is clearly orchestrated, and it's not a plan, and it's not something that's tangible to accomplish. Only thing it is going to cause war on the streets. It is going to be a war on the streets. It will be, but the people are not going to win this war. Sorry, I'm just going to tell you what it is. They're not going to win this war. All avenues point to the people losing. All you leaders who are pro-people, you need to tell the people that and protect as many people as you can before it hits the fan. That's my advice. Protect as many people as you can before it hits the fan and create ways to strategize and mobilize outside of chaos. The Most High don't operate in chaos. He's not the author of confusion. Satan is the author of confusion. Who goes into a half-assed plan to go out and do what's happening? This elaborate plan. It's being controlled. They could just flip the switch and control all our emotions simultaneously. Now, that's way too much damn power. If the order goes through to make this place a third world country, they could just flip a switch and make it happen. That's way too much damn power. Think about this. The same people who had the power to shut the whole world down. Let me put this out here. Let me say this again. Listen carefully. The people who had the power to shut the whole damn world down simultaneously, the whole world, keep everybody in their house all at once. You believe that people in one country is going to rise up and overthrow? It's not going to happen. Before that happens, you're going to see foreign troops. Believe that. Before that happens, you'll see every piece of technology, weaponry they ever created, they'll rain down on you like never before you see the people take over. Like that. It's going to take Christ coming back, bruh. It's going to take the Most High to intervene in all of this. It's going to take the Most High to intervene in all of this. Straight up. And let me put it out here. I'm not against. Let me make this clear. I am not against people who have their hearts in the right place, who just want to be a part of this quote-unquote televised revolution. I'm not totally against everybody who is out there making their presence known for a peaceful protest, just to let it be known that the people stand united. I'm not against that. I'm not an animal here. I'm not totally against what people are doing, but for those who have the ears to hear what I'm saying, I want these words to resonate for them not to turn towards their own will, but to turn to the Most High God. That's my purpose. That's my purpose of saying what I'm saying. Because I'm here in Atlanta and I'm witnessing young brothers and sisters being manipulated, going out here stealing, breaking in the Gucci store, breaking in a Target, looting. And it's chaotic. And it's not helping us at all. And I can see that. I mean, it's clear as day. See, I'm not one of those people who see a little fire and see people together and get all venerated and all happy and everything. Get all gleeful and stuff, man. Nah. I see the overall picture. I see the overall picture. Somebody says, anybody know about the second Exodus? Right now, you about to witness an Exodus in this country. For those who can see, They're going to get the hell out of here. People are going to leave this place 7 different ways. For those who keep the commandments and follow the Most High, we're going to be leaving this land 7 different ways. He's going to create a way for us to leave here 7 different ways. I'm telling you, he's going to put a hedge of protection. The Holy Spirit is going to direct the righteous out of this. And everybody else going to get caught up. Everybody else going to get swallowed up into the beast. Because they're going to either A, take things into their own hands, or B, they're going to stay asleep. They're not going to wake up. And that's making a choice in itself. For you to just stay complacent and not realize the times you living in, when you got people who are watching and watchmen out here telling you what time you in, and you don't take any heed to what they're saying, that's on you. You're going to get caught up too. Because I'm telling you right now, never before have you ever heard me speak in such an urgency. Never before have you heard me bring the truth in such an urgency so often. Because we in that time. Now, for years, we spoke about these times. We spoke about what's going on. But right now, it's time to prepare. It's time to prepare. And when I say 7 different ways, I'm talking about even those who don't have a passport might be on a boat somewhere getting up out of here, because it's going to get real. It's going to get real. And I'm going to tell you right now, the real don't have no choice but to come together. We have no choice but to unite, because right now during this summer, social distancing is gone. Matter of fact, coronavirus is gone, y'all, right now. Right now, what you got is all these people rioting and coming together. And that's the perfect distraction for those who are righteous, to come together and say, you know what? We got to put something together, because listen, the winter time is coming back, and either we can continue to stay here while this continually goes down, or we can start to create ways where we can live in peace and serve our God. That's the time you're living in. That's the time you're living in. And that's just simple as that. Somebody said, Anthony Negron says, summer will be the calm before the storm. No doubt. Hey, listen, Anthony, it's not even calm right now. They're giving you ever since 2020 started, there was no calm. Initially, 2020 kicked off with Kobe Bryant dying, had the world in mourning, right? After that, everything just kept going. Then coronavirus, then everything just hit simultaneously. Now you're in what? Civil unrest. Because listen, they're not going to give you no rest. No rest. That's what happens when you get no rest. They're going to continue this. The whole year, the whole 2020 has already been planned. It's already been planned. The whole 2020 has been planned, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like they're right on schedule. Y'all hear those sirens? Every time I'm in these woods, y'all hear sirens. So you know what's going on. Somebody said, where do we need to go? Listen, 7 ways mean, listen, there's plenty of places you can go. The world is vast. You got various islands out there. You got Cuba, you got DR, you got Jamaica, you got Africa, listen, just because you were born somewhere, do not mean you have to stay there. Don't mean you have to stay there. Just because you born, it depends where you got family at or where you most comfortable at. But I'd be damned if I sit and watch this happen and just stay complacent. No, too smart for that. I could see that this place is going downhill. This place was prophesied to go downhill. There have been whistleblowers talking about this martial law coming for decades now. Talking about the plans they put in motion to make America a third world country for decades now, which on my Patreon tonight, I'm going to share some information with you to show you that they're planning to make America a third world country. No doubt about that. And as you can see, they right on schedule. Everybody who owns businesses, everything that you see burning is nothing but a big insurance claim. Some of those places are going to get built back up. Some of them, they're going to leave exactly like they are. It's going to look like a third world country. I'm talking about walk outside, you see trash cans on fire, the whole 9. It's going to look like a post-apocalyptic movie out here. Thank you for the donation, family. Those businesses, those business owners, they're going to get paid and then they're going to go back home, or they're going to go wherever or they may go to the underground bunkers, but they're going to get paid off and they're going to leave. And all the people who participated play right into the hands. So that way, when world news is aired, the whole world is going to see, oh, wow, the Americans turned America to a third world country. And it's going to break America down, I'm telling you. That's just the truth of the situation. Somebody said the rapture will happen very soon. The 144,000 elect and 1/3 Israelites will be taken through chariots. Let me put it out here. Let me put it out here, bro. The rapture is a Jesuit doctrine. The rapture was created by Jesuits, all right? It's a false doctrine. The rapture is not even in the Bible. There's nothing in the Bible called the rapture, all right? It was created by Jesuits. The Left Behind movies are false, all right? If you look on the back of the books and the movies, it says science fiction. It's not biblical, all right? So that's a Christian, a mainstream Christian theology that's false. There is no, you're not going to disappear through all this. Let me tell you something. If the rapture was real, you would have already disappeared, because they're already rolling out the mark of the beast. There's already civil unrest. You're already in Jacob's trouble right now. You're already seeing it. You got to do what you got to do. The rapture's not real. And see, that was a way for the Jesuits to make you create a level of dissociatism where you think, okay, I don't have to make provisions. I don't have to stand for nothing. I don't have to be prepared, because listen, at the end of the day, while all hell breaks loose, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to be snatched into a cloud. That's not scriptural. In Matthew, the 24th chapter, it says, he who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. So you got to endure. Yeah, so right now we in a time of preparation. We in a time of enduring, and we are enduring. Right now, my main advice I want to give y'all right now, and I'm going to tell you now, the airports out here are playing games. They're not telling you dates of anything. They're not telling you when borders are being open in America, nothing. They're not telling you nothing. So what you got to do, if you know people overseas, make sure you get you a WhatsApp and find out when their borders are open, because American Airlines are not telling people what borders are being open. You got to find out straight from other countries if their borders being open or not. And I'm going to tell you, the airports are flying. You can book flights, but they're not telling you what's going on, all right? They won't tell you. They want to keep you discouraged and complacent right now, although you still have the legal right to travel. So if you got family overseas, keep in touch with your peoples. You know what I'm saying? For those interested in a spiritual Jamaica retreat, I'm going to leave the link. I'm going to leave the WhatsApp number in the comment section and the description box. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to mobilize. It's time to learn how to live off the land, because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but America is going to get a lot worse. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get no better. Don't think that the people are going to formulate an army and take this thing over, and we're going to have our rightful land, and this is going to be a hostile takeover, and we're going to get what we're supposed to have, and we're going to have justice. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I do, but I follow what the scriptures say about America. I follow what the scriptures say regarding prophecy, and I have no reason to doubt the scriptures. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to get worse out here. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And it's okay, because you know what? We've been talking about this for years now. I see a couple brothers talking about stop talking bad about the protesters. You know, they're doing the right thing. And listen, If you on social media, I'm going to repeat this because I see a lot of social media personalities saying this very same thing. Y'all guys on social media, and I'm a defend all the brothers who are constructively criticizing everything. All you brothers out here who are constructively criticizing things and basing your knowledge on the scriptures and basing on what's going on the Bible. All you other brothers talking about, you know, people are doing what they got to do and all that. People knew that they was going to riot. After what happened in Minnesota, most people, let me rephrase that, most people knew that they were going to get into some mischief. This is plain and simple. And secondly, if you on here defending people protesting, you a hypocrite because you should be out there protesting. Shut your ass up and go protest. Just simple as that. Other than that, stay a social media personality. That's all I'm saying. And there's a long list of social media guys who sitting here trying to defend protesters, but they ass ain't protesting. If the shoe fit, wear it. Omarion Slaughter says, peacefully protest, not loot, riot, use wisdom and logic. Facts. And if you see listen, and if you are going to protest and you see one of your people getting their ass whipped by the police and you don't step in and help that individual, you still a damn hypocrite. And you wasting your damn time out there. Let me repeat that. Because I've seen some protesters, I've seen police jumping on certain people. And I ain't seen nobody help. I ain't seen not one person step in while people getting their ass whipped by cops. If you out there to protest no justice, no peace, and you see a cop whipping somebody's ass and you don't step in to defend that person, then you're a hypocrite. And you wasting your damn time being out there. Because guess what? If somebody would have jumped in and helped George Floyd, none of this would have even happened. They would have had to find a different way for this to happen. But irregardless, they would have found a way to cause civil unrest. But they would have had to find a different way. Straight up. And that's just my take on it. And, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinions, and that's cool. But listen, don't try to deem people who can see three-dimensionally the whole situation. Don't try to deem them not pro for the people, because I see a lot of people doing that right now. It's a great divide and a debate, especially among these celebrities right now. They sitting in their mansions debating on social media about should we protest or shouldn't we protest. They don't know what the hell's going on. These the same people that have their lawyers and their media spokesmen and their handlers tell them everything to do. Jay-Z, oh, it's time to be woke now, Jay. Yeah, Jay, it's time for you to be woke, Jay-Z now. So yeah, grow your hair out. Yeah, give Beyonce some kinky weaves in her hair. Y'all woke now. We in that era. See, y'all used. Y'all puppets. So I don't give a damn what these celebrities are saying. Because they out there on the streets talking, I don't give a damn about no celebrity. They are used puppets, straight up. They do whatever they handlers tell them to do. All this was planned. All this was planned. Planned from day one. Somebody said, Rick says it gives powers to the devil. Absolutely. Listen, if they can control your actions, if they can control your emotions, if they could provoke you to anger, they control you. They control your soul. Listen, there's a very, I would say, minute number of people out here in the world who are not easily influenced. The rest of the world, very easily influenced. Anything can trigger them. Anything can set them off. There's not a lot of people. This is how I know that the Most High, His chosen, are on this earth. That's how I know that it's very few, because 144,000 people out of billions of people. Your opinion is never going to be the popular opinion. I realize my opinion is not the popular opinion, because When you walk in a narrow path, you are always going to be looked down upon. People are never going to understand where you're coming from. They're not going to get it until it's too late. And then they're going to say, this person was speaking the truth. It is an absolute death trap. That's what it is. You can't win without the Most High God. You can't win. All these people out here on the streets from every single religion, some people are witches, some people are warlocks, some people are demons in masks. Some people are just anything out there in these streets right now. That is not the Most High's people out there. That is not the chosen and the elected officials from the Most High out there. It's not. It's just not. It's a lot of agent provocateurs out there. There's a lot of people who wanted to get into some mischief and steal and get jewelry and get flat screens out there. There's a lot of gang bangers and thugs out there. There's a lot of people out there who just wanted to get to really. There's white supremacists out there that already know what the program about. Straight up. There's white supremacists out there that know what the program is about, and they've been designated to cause more mischief. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. Somebody said, is this all CIA or op or foreign interference? It's more than that. All it is really is Satan provoking the people through chaos, because Satan operates in chaos. Let's simplify it. Let's not even add in all the organizations that work under Satan's umbrella. Let's put it out here like this. Satan is the author of confusion. He operates through chaos and confusion. So what he's doing right now is he's bringing his army together. He's creating his army. And I'm going to say this too, man, because something just dawned on me just now. Something just dawned on me. You see all these people out here, various races, various organizations coming together. They singing unity out there in the streets. UNITY. They're marching, everybody in one accord. It looks beautiful, right? What if I told you that that's part of the one world religion as well? Yeah, listen to me, y'all. Listen. What if I told you that that's actually a part of the one world religion? Oh man, I got to do a whole video on how they're trying to make a one world religion. Absolutely, false peace. You got it right, Derek Jackson. Anytime people scream peace, and it's not of the Most High, trust and believe, danger is right around the corner. Death is right around the corner. Listen, they want to show people in unison right now. The plot is a lot deeper than you can imagine. They're trying to usher in a one world religion. A one world religion where all religious barriers are being separated. You could be a Muslim, Christian, Buddhist. You could be a Satanist. You could be a New Ager. And you're all coming together for justice and liberty under Satan. Yeah, this is all coming together, ladies and gentlemen. What they're doing right now. What they're doing right now is going to make perfect sense. I'm going to do a video tonight on Patreon about the one world religion. Yep, the one world religion. Because I'm a really show you what's taking place right now in the world. Don't get hype. Don't get hype behind what you're seeing right now, because it always has an agenda. Somebody said truth. They also singing, he's got the whole world in his hands. Yep. They talking about Satan. And listen, Satan gonna have a whole computer chip in your hand. Yep. Satan gonna have a whole computer chip in your hand. I'm honored that my question can spark an impactful thought on this channel. That's what's up. Keith says, just think about the bigger picture, like Brother Newbury said, and it's salvation at the end. Absolutely. He who endures to the end shall be saved. You got to be wise out here. You got to be intelligent. You got to display intelligence out here. Like I said in my last video, this is a thinking man's game. And everything that they got before us was already planned. And everything that I'm saying in this video is the facts, man. I'm telling y'all, this is the real deal. This the times we living in. And you know, ain't nobody really bringing it like this right now, telling you what this is. Everybody's caught up in their damn emotions. They're not thinking logically. They're not doing the research behind what's taking place. Hell, I'm fed up with police brutality just as much as the next man. I've experienced police brutality. On my 18th birthday, I experienced police brutality. Handcuffed, beat. You know what I'm saying? Dropped off at the hospital. Put stitches in on the side of my eye. You know, I'm totally against police brutality, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. Not an idiot at all. And here's the crazy part. You don't see no casualties out there of police. Wrap your mind around this. How the hell is people burning down precincts? Just think about it. You telling me that the people are burning down precincts? You telling me that all the police left? Nobody stayed inside the precinct. Nobody secured the precinct. No police. They left the precinct alone while it's a riot going on. The whole precinct, and people burned it down. I don't know. And it just don't sound right to me. It don't make no sense. And I'm gonna tell you what that's about. That's considered an act of terrorism. So what they can say is that there's a certain faction of people out here who are literally terrorists. So now you're going to see the emergence of domestic terrorists. And that just makes it easier to strip away freedoms. Throw the Constitution out the window. Everybody will. The Constitution said, you don't have no constitutional rights. That's an illusion. This is Satan's system right now. He's hostily taking over right now. Prepare your soul right now. Worried about no damn laws or constitution. Throw all that out the window. The only laws you need to worry about is biblical laws. Straight up. Only news you need is the good news in the Bible. That, listen, at the end of all this, the Most High is going to seal his elect. He's going to seal his righteous. We're going to be placed where we're supposed to be placed. That's the end game of all this. Those who can see, those who stayed in prayer, because it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, you are either relying on your spirituality, you're relying on the Most High for protection, you're praying to him, you're asking him for direction in these last days, or you're going out and becoming an animal. You're going out and you're relinquishing your power to Satan. You let him grab you through your emotions, through your hatred, through your own shortcomings, through how you truly feel about people. And he grabs you and he brings you into that system. The lines in the sand, ladies and gentlemen, they're drawn. Either you're going to rely on the Heavenly Father to provide for you, to secure you, to protect you, and to direct you, or you're going to go out there and become an animal. There's no in between. The days of Noah is upon us. The days of Noah is upon us. In the days of Noah, it was chaos. And it's going to get crazy out here. It's going to be, listen, it's going to be parties out here. It's going to get wild this summer. I'm talking about you're going to see riots and parties on the same block. That's how serious it's getting. Actually, that's already happening. You got riots on one block, and then you got a party on the next block. You got riot parties. Days of Noah. Straight up. But you know, we the righteous. We're going to stay safe and secure in these streets, man. We not, and I'm going to constantly remind people to stay away from this nonsense, man, because it got to be a voice of reasoning out here. It's got to be a voice of reasoning. And like I said, I'm going to leave a link. Somebody asked me what my Patreon was. I'm going to leave a link in the description box. It's going to have the Patreon. It's actually just patreon.com/newbreed with a capital N. Last night, I did a video called Controlled Chaos, and it showed how they strategically are controlling the chaos. It shows in the video how they're strategically controlling the chaos. Somebody said, plants, calms your nerves, helps you relax. Absolutely, man. I love being out here. This is my favorite spot. Out here in the woods, man. Peaceful. Absolutely. Jay Will says Chicago was burning their own hood down. What? Hold up. Let me see that. I don't know what's going on with this chat, y'all. Hold on. Man, he said they burning their own hood down. Y'all seen J.R. Smith come outside with the clothesline. Flipped the protester, flipped him in the air, and then jolly stomped him. Gave him a good old-fashioned crip walk, east side stomp on him. Laid the hammer down. You know why? Because listen, it's gonna come to that. I already said that was gonna start happening. You're gonna start seeing more of that, because when you don't control a fire continues to grow. It's just that simple. Y'all hear those sirens? Ambulance? That's what's going on in Atlanta. Every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes. I'm telling y'all, this was all planned. Just think of the whole puzzle. Let's let this ambulance pass by. Because there's more to the puzzle. Yeah, somebody said it sounds like warfare. It is warfare. I'm 10 minutes from the city and this little patch of woods. Not far from the city at all. And all you hear is ambulance all day. All day. I'm telling y'all, it's by design, man. Think about this. Remember when we was covering the news here, when we were talking about them releasing prisoners, and they didn't tell you the credentials for the prisoners they released. They didn't tell you who they released and why they released. What they told you was because of COVID. If this is not like the Purge movie, man, for those who never seen the movie The Purge, the one that's called The First Purge, I want you to go watch The First Purge. When you get off this chat, go watch The First Purge movie. On the first Purge movie, which was the last one released, they went to the prisons in the psych wards and they started releasing people. Right before they created their annual purge, they went and released people from jail, and then they made the purge happen. They made it so people are wearing masks right now, ladies and gentlemen. People have an excuse to wear a mask right now. You done release prisoners from jail, and then you done started these riots using a psyop. And again, you got people arguing about is this a media psyop, or is this just genuinely the people are fed up in the United States? Like I said at the beginning of the video, I believe it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both, all right? There is people out there who are genuinely fed up, and they out there. But What you're seeing is it's a combination and a mixture of people. This is what creates chaos. This is literally what creates chaos. When you have some people with different motives in one area. When you have a massive amount of people with different religious backgrounds, different motives, different ideas when it comes to freedom and justice, different facets, different organizations. When you see them all come together like that, that is literally the definition. That is chaos. That is literally the definition of chaos. Because the Bible says if two can't agree, two can't walk together. If we don't agree on the same God, if we're not trying to serve the Most High here, I cannot walk with you. Straight up. Because either you are for the Most High God or you are enemy of the Most High God. There's only one way. There's only one way. And that's just all it is to it. Somebody said, tell lie vision, no doubt. They telling you what to believe. They telling you what to envision. They telling you what to feel, how to interact. Never let anybody dictate the terms of war, man. And some people got mad that I was even quoting The Art of War, Sun Tzu. Listen, let me let this be known. When you come to a certain stature in life, you get to the point where you can extract information from various sources without compromising what the scriptures say. So some people was against, oh, Bree, you shouldn't be reading out The Art of War, Sun Tzu. Listen, when you become wise and you're in a certain stature, you can extract information from various sources without letting it compromise your faith. And the bottom line is your enemies study warfare. They study every aspect of warfare and they read plenty of books, studying how to strategically set you up. So when I read out of The Art of War, I'm reading on what my enemies, how they interact, how they plan, how they strategize. And it becomes clear and evident that they planned everything. It becomes evident that they planned everything, man. You never let your enemies dictate the terms of war, because then you are already at a disadvantage. You are already at a disadvantage when your enemy dictates the terms of war. That's just like, and I spoke about this briefly in my last video. That's just like in the days, back in the day when I was involved in certain street activities. When I was jumped in Baltimore, banging GD, and I'm only bringing this stuff up because I can give you examples of warfare without getting too in depth, right? It will be situations where you will pre-plan and pre-strategize a way to get out of situations so you don't get caught by police, right? That's just how it was. Nowadays, you got people who bring social media with them everywhere. Everywhere they go, they got to post it on social media. Everything they doing got to be showed and displayed. We just didn't operate that way. We didn't operate that way back in my come up. But you know, you got to study, man. You got to study warfare, because then you won't fall for your enemy's traps. Yep, Maria says the Bible says study to show yourself approved. Absolutely. Lance says the Holy Bible is a book of prophecies, history, law, statutes, and commandments pertaining to the 12 tribes of Israel. Absolutely. Bokor says, that's an interesting comment. Bokor says, Floyd has a Freemason two-headed boule bird tattoo that says order out of chaos in Latin above it. That's interesting. Where did you see that? And if you did see that, I want you to send me that source. I'm gonna leave my email in the description box, and I would like to see that. Also, I found it rather strange that Floyd's wife came out the next day talking about forgiveness and showing grace towards the officers who murdered her husband in cold blood, who ruthlessly drained the life out of this man in cold blood. I found that rather strange. I did. I found that rather strange. I found it rather strange that protesters strategically went to the house and it was police there at the house where they reside. Somebody says she's an actor. Somebody said just straight stupidity. It's all an agenda. And, let me just put it out here. I'm no conspiracy theorist. I do believe that that man was killed unjustly, unrightfully. I believe it was sickening to watch. But I'm also in understanding that our people have been getting lynched forever. Our people have been dying forever. Our people have been killed forever. Our people are being killed right now. Our people have been put to death in the prison industrial complex down south for decades now. I'm talking about, do you know how many people died in Alabama in the prison system who was convicted of murders that they did not commit, who was electrocuted, sentenced to death unrightfully without even due process? Do you know how many brothers and sisters have died? I mean, the blood is screaming from the ground. So trust and believe. We are fed up with the nonsense. And it's sick what we witnessed. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, why did the media constantly push that video? That's the questions I ask, because anything that's publicized on mainstream media has an agenda. Why did the media continue to push what appears to be a snuff film, a murder film, a modern day lynching? Why? Why were we forced to watch this? Why did we just get out of quarantine lockdown, aka solitary confinement, where if you study psychology and study the mind, anytime you're on lockdown and you're brung away from people for a longer period of time, it does something to you psychologically that makes you more primitive. And then you create this media psyop and you continue to push this to the faces of the people instead of having it removed. I'm telling you, the puppeteers, they like what they see right now, because everything is going according to their plan. They like exactly what they see right now. Either you're going to serve the Most High or you're going to serve Satan. If you're serving the Most High, you're not engaging in chaos. You're not marching with people unless they like-minded, unless they serve your God. Unless they serve your God, then you ain't standing with them. It just is what it is. And you can say what you want to say, but everybody desires unity so much. Let me tell you the truth about unity. Because everybody desires unity a whole lot. Christ, he's not come to bring any unity here on this earth. He's come to bring a sword, division. So although it looks good, it feels good, it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, right? Seeing all the people come, y'all hear those sirens? It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, seeing people come together. Christ come to bring separation, division. He's going to divide the wheat from the tare. If you're not serving him, the Most High God, then you're going to get cut off. You're going to get destroyed. Straight up. The belly of the beast is going to swallow you. It's just no in between. There's no in between. You can't trick the Most High. You can trick these people in the system with small minds, but you can't trick the Most High. You ain't going to be able to fool the Most High, ladies and gentlemen. People calling themselves leaders out here. Calling themselves leaders. But they ain't out here with the people. Either you stand on that side or you stand with the Most High. Plain and simple. What side do you stand on? We almost got 1,000 people in here. This word is supposed to go to the masses. Make sure y'all mash that thumbs up. Because we're not going to stop. They want us to stop. They want us to stop this lie. So many people in here with true discernment, man. That's how I know the people that's rocking with me and I'm rocking with them. That's how I know that the people who follow my channel understand what the nature of the Most High is, because they not out there acting a fool right now. They not caught up in their emotions and their lower self. India people says NWO is being promoted through United Nations right now. Absolutely. They're going to bring together a new world order, and what they're going to do is they're going to make a one world religion. It's going to come a time where they're going to outlaw biblical. They're going to outlaw the Bible. They're going to outlaw the Bible. They're going to outlaw every religion but the one world religion. That's coming. I'm telling you. And they're going to come in a whole nature of peace. We want nothing but peace. Yep, Barry Russell says a one world government. Absolutely, it was all planned. It was all planned. And for those who think that what I'm doing right now is creating a level of fear, good, you should be afraid. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of all knowledge. You should be afraid because you should be aware of what's going on. And I'm speaking to those who are new to the channel, those who don't understand that what's happening right now is that I'm blowing the whistle. Right now, I'm blowing the whistle. I'm blowing the trumpet of what's taking place. And for those who like, man, this is scary. This is terrifying. Good. You need to be scared because you need to turn to your God for protection. We're not going to hold back prophecy because people are in their emotions. And that's what I wanted to say in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I came on, man. We've been on for an hour. That's what's up, man. It's always an honor to build with y'all. And I want y'all to stay safe, stay prayed up, stay under the shadow of the Most High God, man. We're going to rise to the top. Forget all the weak talking points that they speaking out here, man. We know what this is right now. So prepare yourself, prepare to protect your family. With that being said, shalom and peace.